She is our school counselor. Sorry, I did not introduce her at the beginning, but Ms. Rosser is our DLC, so our digital learning coach. So she works with our teachers in that technology application aspect of it and implementing those in the classroom. And so and I don't know, and you've probably heard, the Frisco Future Ready is a big talk in the district, and we're really trying to, that innovation, kids inventing, kids having choice in their learning. And so we have been this year really encouraging our teachers to introduce those technology pieces, and whenever possible, if they're working on a project, if they're, different things, so using these applications to just a different way of just paper and pencil, right? And still getting that information and even do the kids understand, but then using that technology. So she's going to talk a little bit about what we're doing here at Norris, and then how you can use it at home.
I'm just saying you email.
Yes.
Do you mind opening?
Okay. Yeah, because I said something.
Okay, so like she said, I am Susan Rosser. I'm the digital learning coach here. My main job is to integrate technology with the teachers. So like I sit in their lesson plans, their planning sessions. So like I'll go to all their plannings that I can. I'm split between two campuses. I'm split between here and Lascano. And so I'll go to their plannings, and if they're talking about like coins, then I can talk about how to actively engage the children through technology. Might be an app, might be like an activity, or some kind of Google, something collaboratively through Google, or just kind of a hyperdoc. These are all words that your children might have used with you, a digital breakout, all those kind of things. Maybe Seesaw, you've seen them on. Those are all things that I help them use in the classroom. We focused a lot this year on collaboration, not only them collaborating together, but the collaboration outside of the classroom walls. And so I'm going to kind of show you one example we've used this year is Flipgrid, and so we'll talk about that. And then another way we've used it is collaborating together with them in a project where they had to create a project together. So I'm going to kind of show you those two things. Green screen, they absolutely love. They've probably come at home maybe and asked you or told you about green screen. So I'm going to show you a couple different projects that we've done with that one. And then I'm going to give you a chance to actually explore both so that you can kind of see them if you want. You can do a Flipgrid, you can do a green screen if you want. I've got some green screens set up around the room if you want to kind of hands-on. Okay, so the first one that we're going to, this is one of them. The first one that we're going to look at is a green screen activity. And I kind of, when I'm teaching the kids, if the teachers feel really confident, I let them, I give them the reins. I want to build capacity in them to kind of go and teach their classes, but sometimes they don't feel like, they can go and teach. So actually Ms. Toby came to me and she said, oh my gosh, I saw this really cool app, let's teach the staff. So we taught the staff, and then some of them went with it. Some of them wanted a little bit more scaffolding and wanted me to teach their class, and then they did it with their class, and then that's fine too. I mean, I don't mind doing it. This is my job, and I absolutely love it. So after seeing it, third grade had me come teach it. So this is third grade. They're actually, they did personal narratives, and their background was the setting of their story. So we won't watch the whole thing, but this is a little girl telling about going to school, and Loris is her setting in her story.
Hi, my name is Lily, and I'm the author of Me and Her, and I'll be reading it to you. Before Lily even saw Agron at the park, she was a total stranger to her, but Lily fell in love with Agron's gorgeous gold hair that looked exactly like Goldilocks's. 6 o'clock at night, I was jumping up and down Lincoln Square with my kindergarten teacher, Miss Lights. She seemed so sweet to start my elementary school year off. Finally, we got into the car to go. It was only 2 minutes away from my house, but I really just wanted to go.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of pause it there. So you can see this was done in writing. So we kind of tried to show like how it's done in all different subjects. Yes, this truly isn't the real example of collaboration, but I wanted to show you different examples of it. So again, she's using it, third grade used it in writing. 5th grade used it, sorry, Oh, you're awesome. Thank you. Okay, 5th grade used it in science. They collaborated on a water cycle project.
My name is Anika, and today I will interview the scientist Nadika and Jaya to discover the water cycle. Hi, I'm Nadika and we have discovered the water cycle. But how does the water cycle even start? The starting point of the water cycle begins with the sun. The sun plays an important role in the water cycle. It uses its heat to absorb the water from the ocean and rises it up to the clouds. But what happens after evaporation? Well, there's a process which is related to evaporation, and it is called transpiration. Transpiration is
So you can see they're working together to teach others about the water cycle. So the way green screen works is I teach them obviously, why does it work, maybe what professions out there use it. So we don't just want to teach them about an app, we teach them like future ready and like why that works and who might use it. We teach them about like how they use it in the movies, and we teach them about how meteorologists use it. We also had a conversation because they thought it was funny. One kid who we tested it with was actually wearing green that day, and when they got in front of the green screen, their body disappeared. So we actually talked about how they use that in Harry Potter, where the invisibility cloak was green, and how that's what made him disappear in the movies. So they thought that was the coolest thing. And they were all like, put it up in front of the screen again, and his whole body disappeared. So we talked about how, on the day that you record, don't wear green, you can't wear green on your shirt and stuff like that. They all thought that was the coolest thing since sliced bread. We do talk to them about the difference between paid apps and non-paid apps, and how, you can't just go buy things without your parents' permission. So we go over all the different steps of educating our children in the different apps and things like that. So we teach them, we also taught them, because 5th grade let them pick on the internet different water cycle pictures. So again, we're also teaching them how to be good digital citizens, how to go out onto the internet and pick pictures that are appropriate. We also had that conversation with 3rd grade because we are trying to instill with them what it means to be a good digital citizen. So again, those are all things, they're getting a package deal in their education for being a good digital citizen, knowing how to use the app, as well as making these cool collaborative projects. The next one I'm going to show you, should I do both of them at the same time? Okay. The next one I'm going to show you is Flipgrid, and this was really cool because we had 4th grade and 1st grade team up. We do something here at Norris called Peer Pals. I don't know if you've heard your kids talk about it, but it's where 2 grade levels partner up and they go and work with the other grade. So 4th grade and 1st grade, they love their Peer Pals, and they really want to work with their Peer Pals outside of the classroom time that they get every other Friday. So they came up with questions to ask their Peer Pals and go back and forth. So this was around the holiday time, and we know the hustle and bustle of the classroom, especially during that time. So they came up with a Would You Rather activity, which I thought was super, super cute. Oh my gosh, it was so cute. Got it. Thank you, Miss Toby. You're so awesome. I might have to log in with your Google account.
Yeah, we need to log in.
It might populate. Here it goes. There you go. Okay, so Miss Teed's class started it, and the question was, would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the best athlete in the world? They had to use the sentence stem, because 1st graders also learning about making sure they use the sentence stem. That's one of their things that they're working on in class. So all the 1st graders started it, and then the 4th graders had to respond. And again, we know it kind of gets busy, so not all the 1st graders got a response. But the way it works is Miss Teed, of course, modeled it for her kids, but then you see all the 1st graders. This is their Would You Rather. So I'm going to kind of show you this one right here.
Would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the best athlete? I would be
really helping her.
Yes, she's taking.
Have A's. The kids who have A's.
So then what you see here,
You can solve every problem.
this is a first grader, this is her fourth grade buddy, who's now gonna respond to her.
Oh, hey there, Cal. I would rather be the smartest person in the world, so I can get good grades and always be good. And I have a question for you. Would you rather play in sand, or would you rather play with snow on the top of the mountain? Bye, Stanley Matthews.
Aw.
This is so cute.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. So this is their way of going back and forth, kind of like
Right.
electronic pen pals. You know, when we used to write letters to our, our second grader in a different state and wait 2 weeks till they got a letter back in the mail. This is a different kind of version of that. So it's really kind of neat to where you can go in and you can collaborate back and forth without having to go into that classroom and actually talking to that child. Where I first got to see this, it was really cool. Lone Star High School teamed up to one of its feeding elementary schools right before they did a play. And each of them told about the character that they were playing in the play. And the elementary students got to ask more questions about the characters. And it was really cool. And then the elementary kids went and saw the play and they were like, I know that person,
I know
and
that,
I know that
right.
person.
Yes.
And it was really very cool because how often, I mean, yes, we have high school students that come work with our children, but not every high school student gets to come over here and get to, work with our children like that. So for any kind of way that we can have mentorships and things like that, I mean, it really is very neat. So we're trying to build the collaboration within the walls of our school first before we do some kind of fun opportunity like that and give them a little practice with it.
Right.
But this is a really cool tool. So what I have for y'all today is there are 2 opportunities for you to practice. You don't have to if you want to, but you can explore. I do have computers ready for you to do the flip grid. They're already set up. Down here, you hit the plus button. It will let you record. You just kind of have to follow the directions. You do make a video of yourself. These do have cameras. To do Flipgrid, you have to have a camera and a microphone enabled computer. So like our teacher desktops don't allow us to do it because we don't have webcams on our computers. We do have microphones through our doc cams. But so like when teachers do this, they have to use our Chromebooks or the iPads or our iPhones. We can use those. So I have these set up for you. At the end, it makes you take like a little selfie. That's the image there. Of course, the kids love putting on all the little stickers. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I was going to have y'all respond today about why you think it might be important for technology to be used in the classroom. But these computers are ready to go if you want to. As far as green screen, Miss Toby, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Would you bring that green screen over here?
Yeah.
I guess I should have made myself one over here, but I forgot to. Okay.
This one right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will tell y'all that Green Screen is a $5 app, so that's why we have the conversation with the children about apps that cost money, apps that are free. We don't want them to think that just because we use them in the classroom that everything is free. We do have that conversation with them. It is a little pink octopus, green screen, pink octopus. Not exactly sure how that correlates, but I do have apps over here, iPads over here that you can play with. You can tell they're definitely used a lot. These are all green screens that the children in Norris have made. Maybe it's just maybe like on TV or something. Is that okay? Just gonna put it over there. It's kind of quick and easy. I mean, I've taught this a lot, but you hit the plus to make a new one, create a new project. Before you do that, I would probably go out to the internet and kind of grab a picture. You can kind of pick a picture from the camera roll. Hopefully they're all good. Just kidding. Down here at the bottom, you would pick an image. I'm going to still whatever's on here. Ooh, there's a bank. We'll pick a bank, okay? And then you would use that so that when that's on the bottom row, because you want that to be your first layer, you want that to be your background. We talked to the kids about, actually the analogy I used with the kids was making lasagna. Like you want there to be like special layers, and And then the middle row is where you're going to do the camera. And then we show them, I'm gonna flip the camera screen. Well, the sun is now in my way, but you could, they love seeing like the background, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's like the coolest thing. And then I get a million questions. Why does it do that? And I'm like, that I'm not 100% sure. But then we show them like what it looks like when you're behind it, and you can record. We do talk to them about once you're recording, that it does give you a countdown, recording in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But once you're recording, if you make a mistake, it's okay. Just keep going. Just keep talking. And then when you're done, you hit the red button to start, and then it turns black. You hit that again. And then you're done with your video. All right? So if y'all kind of want to explore and play a little bit.
Those are like the regular pictures or could be anything, like, especially it was like a cutout with the black background. It has to be like that, right?
It depends. Like, what are you thinking?
I'm just thinking like, what gives me an idea is that it's like, if my son sees this thing, he's gonna make some like video for his channel or YouTube, like, I'm gonna make some cool things with cool effects and all.
Yeah, they can create a picture for the background and then save it to the camera roll. Yeah, they can make their own design for whatever they want in the background.
But they still give you the realization to the whatever the background you want. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like something you wanted to go there and shoot it. You
Right,
can pick
yes,
some
you
pictures
can-
and just start with it.
You can set your background to whatever you want it to be.
So
Yes.
this is available on app stores or something like it has to be in the school itself?
No, they could get it in the App Store, right?
Yeah, they can get this app in the App Store.
Okay. that's
Yes.
fine. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's called Do Ink by Green Screen.
Doing?
Do Ink, yeah, like I'm gonna do,
Sorry.
Do
Ink.
Do Ink,
Okay.
yeah, DOINK, yeah.
Got it.
They have had so much fun with this app in the last few months that we've really taught it. And it's really cool because,
So it's something is connectivity to the school or something like it's by one?
nope, anybody can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just buy it here, like, we get so many licenses for our iPads, but anybody can purchase it.
No, I'm talking like if kid wanted to record his own project at home, and how he's gonna share it to the school?
Oh, how would he share it to the school? Okay, so he could save it to his device,
Okay.
and then he could email it to his teacher if he wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have just like you would on an iPhone or whatever, you could email it out, or, right?
Probably email would be
Yeah,
best.
email would probably be
Yeah,
best.
that would be really good.
Or they could put it in their Google.
Their Google Drive
Google
or
Drive.
something like
Google
that, and
Drive.
share it to their teacher.
Okay.
Yes, that's another, yeah, it might be easier.
Yeah,
That would be
Yeah.
easier.
They love Google Drive too.
Yeah.
I love
I love
Drive.
Google Drive.
That was the
Yeah.
best. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys want to kind of explore, I'm here if y'all need some guidance. I would probably use, there's a green screen back there, and there. Might have to kind of buddy up if y'all want, or I can help video you if you want. It's up to you. Or you don't have to participate. No pressure. That's all I've got.
You want to show them? What is it? Oh, that was it. Okay. Maybe not. I might be. Maybe it's just them going to explore.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect. All right, you're good. I thought you said something else. All right, so if you guys want to explore, we'll be here. If you guys have questions, we'll be here. But that's really all we have for today. We did want an opportunity for you guys to try it out because, as we know, and teachers know, we always in our staff meetings before we roll it out to kids, we have them try it out. To, them actually trying it out because you learn more when you are in there and have to do it. So that's why we gave you guys an opportunity. But again, if y'all are like, I'm good, that's great. But we hope that you guys take some of these 2 applications and try it out at home with your kids.
I have a question, like,
Yeah.
since we joined late, I've noticed that you guys have some apps, like, where I can connect with teachers.
Like a Remind app. So some teachers have a Remind app. It's not all, we don't have it like campus-wide, no.
Okay.
No, email would probably be best.
Okay,
You have to ask your teacher on a one-on-one basis if they use the Remind app.
got it.
Yeah, I mean, like Seesaw, like.
Oh, Seesaw, yes.
Seesaw
Seesaw.
is definitely one that they all use.
Yeah, we love Seesaw, and that's, a real big push from Dr. Waltrip, our superintendent, of having students have Seesaw and keep their work throughout the school. So, like what they're doing in kinder, once they get to 5th grade, they'll have all this work in Seesaw, and it's like a digital portfolio is how that is looked at. So we are definitely, and I have 2 kids, and I get so excited when I get the little ding that there's something in Seesaw, because you're getting to see what they're doing in the classroom.
So for Seesaw also, like how I'm gonna download and stuff?
Every year, at the end of the year, you get an email as a parent that you can archive that year's journal, that year's work.
So on regular basis, it's like if I need to check something is new,
Like
You should get an email when anytime they add something. Like I
Okay,
get an
cool.
email from my child's teacher that says, Melissa has added a journal entry.
Okay, got it.
But at the end of the year, you'll get an email that'll say, would you like to archive this folder? And then I'll always click yes, and then it'll give me a little backup
Okay.
for previous years, so I have those on my phone. But now that Seesaw for Schools is new and in Frisco, it's now paid for across the district, so it's gonna be like a huge portfolio. I'm not sure if you'll need to archive previous years, that's still kind of a mystery, because it's gonna keep going with them for like anybody who starts in K now will have it all through 5th. So like if your kid just started in 2nd, then it'll go through 5th. So I don't know if they'll do the archive of the years. That's a good question. I will need to find that out.
And then a lot more upper grades use Google Classroom. I don't know if you've heard your students talk about Google Classroom, but some of their assignments are through Google Classroom that they do in the classroom. And so they might, like in ELAR, they might be reading a story and then they respond through Google Classroom. And so that's another, it's through Google Drive, but it's Google Classroom that they do some of their classwork on.
Yeah, I get English one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, so some of them have Google Classroom, but that's not across the board. Any other questions? Well, we appreciate you guys coming. Like I said, we're gonna be around for a little bit. If you wanna try it out, you're more than welcome to, and if you have any other questions, we'll be here to answer. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
That was
thanks.
my
And and I can say one thing I really appreciate about Frisco, just in general, I'm new too, we just moved here in December, but everybody is so transparent with what's going on
Yes,
with the
that's-
kids
that's-
that, I've been in places, I've met with administrators, the curriculum, everything, and it's really nice that they come out and say, hey, here's what we're doing, and
Yeah.
I really like and appreciate that everywhere from the school all the way up to district wide.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Something we hold close to us too, is to be transparent. I did want to say we have one more Coffee with Administrators that is in April, I believe, and that is going to be all about, because we always hear parents ask, like, what can we do with our students over the summer break? And so that is going to be our focus for our next Coffee with Administrator. We're going to give you guys some resources for all grade levels of things to do over the summer. So that'll be what our next Coffee with Administrator is going to be. So, yeah. All right, well, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Have a great day.
Yeah.